Hey friends, so here are 4 of our favorite investing tools. Yes, that's right, I did say our because today we are joined with Justin Baldori, Jason Pizzino, and the ASX Investor. And we will be sharing our favorite investing tools and the reasons why we like them. Make sure you do subscribe to their channels and show them some love. I've put a link in the descriptions below. I know you may be shocked because I do indeed have friends. Don't worry, I'm surprised too. So the first investing tool is the Invest with Queenie YouTube channel, and it's completely free. All that I ask is that you smash the like button on these videos and subscribe to this channel. So let's throw it over to Justin Baldori to give us the first investing tool.
Thanks for having me on the channel, Queenie. Hello to all your wonderful viewers. I'm going to be talking about Sharesight. This is an investing tool that I've been using for pretty much my whole investing career, and it has saved me so much time. And essentially, Sharesight is a portfolio management tool. Now, in 2 moments, I'm going to jump to the computer and actually give you a little bit of a run through of the tool. But Sharesight has saved me so much time and I really enjoy using it. So I thought, you know what? I want to share it with you guys because maybe you will get some value out of this tool. Let's get to the computer and do a deep dive into Sharesight. So as mentioned, Sharesight is a portfolio management tool. So maybe if you don't like, tracking all your stocks in a crazy spreadsheet and Excel isn't your thing, potentially Sharesight can come to your rescue and help you out with your stock management. So in terms of the pricing, there is a free plan or there is an upgraded plan that you can get to depending on the features that you need. And I'm going to jump into some of these features in just a moment, but it's pretty cool. I've used it for many years, as I mentioned, and I also run Sharesight alongside an Excel model that I build because I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to Excel, but I find Sharesight to be pretty good to get a sort of visual picture of where your holdings are sitting. So this is the insight into Sharesight. Now I have created a test portfolio to demonstrate a few of the features and exactly what I use Sharesight for. So I've input 3 different stocks here. We've got Asia, which is the Beta Shares Asia Tech Tigers ETF, Vanguard Australian Shares ETF, and then zeros. So look, you can see it's a pretty neat picture. On this first graph here, we have kind of our performance and how we are tracking, and then our return, little snapshot of our portfolio. Now, the best thing about it, I think, is that let's say I purchase more, Asia right here, it does get added into your holdings. You can see a sort of nice increase in where you're buying your stocks, when you're buying them, and how much you're buying them for, tracked against the S&P ASX 200 index here. So for Asia, I can see, obviously this is just a hypothetical portfolio. Total return has been 45.22% per annum, and it tracks all the dividends, and you can input the brokerage amount for that stock. So it's pretty straightforward, really easy to understand. But one of the best things that I like is I actually have Sharesight integrated with my broker. So I have it set up so every time I make a trade, some fancy thing happens in the background. Don't ask me what happens, but because I've linked it in, those trades get automatically added to my personal Sharesight portfolio. So it gives me sort of less stress in the back of my mind. It means I can sit back, relax, and hopefully count all the gains that come in. I don't have to sort of nitpick everything that is going on. Now, as mentioned, I do keep a backup Excel documents handy because I like doing it. I think it's really, really fun, but Sharesight does give a great visualization. There's also different tabs that you can sort of play around with and see what the go is, but there's this report section. Now, depending on the plan you are upgraded to, or depending on the features that you have, you can look at your performance, some future income report. Most importantly, you can look at the taxable income report if that's there and that is part of your plan. Let me know if you have used or are currently using Sharesight with your stock portfolio. Drop a comment below. There we have it, Sharesight 101. I've used it, saves me a bucket load of time. Maybe you'll find some value in it also. Back to you, Queenie.
Thank you so much for sharing, Justin. I honestly love Sharesight as well, and I am obsessed with constantly tracking my portfolio. I definitely check it way more often than I actually should, but it's a really great tool, especially if you do want to see your portfolio in the one place, if you do have a bunch of different brokerage sites and crypto exchanges, and it also makes it a lot easier to do your tax at the end of the year. If you would like to check out Sharesight, I've got a link in my description below. If you sign up using my link, you'll get an extra month for free on the Pro plan, but you may not even need the Pro plan because Sharesight is free for up to 10 holdings. So now let's throw it over to Jason to give us the second investing tool.
Thanks for having me back on the channel, Queenie. It's great to be here. I'm discussing a fantastic trading app that I use, one of my favorites in the investment space, and that is TradingView. So I'll show you a few ways how to use it. The reasons that I love it: one, it has a great price to it. It's free, but there's also a small fee version as well, which just has a few more extra features, which I absolutely love, and I'll show you those in just a moment. It's convenient. You've got the mobile app and you've got the desktop app. They work just as well with each other, but I prefer to use the desktop app because it's something that I use on the daily. Very easy to use as well, and super fantastic when it comes to how many markets it has. So it has a very wide range of different markets that to choose from, in particular stocks and cryptocurrencies, which are the main ones that I use TradingView for. A quick look at TradingView shows us a nice clean interface. The main things I like to use on it are bars, but you can change those up here with the bars, or candles, which a lot of people are used to. It's basically the default, but you can have different settings and change it yourself, which makes it really nice for any type of strategy that you want to use. And then also the alerts, which is what I mentioned earlier on. So these little orange arrows on the side, which you can just come to the side, click plus, and add an alert for a particular price that you want on the instrument that you're using. So you can set these up on the desktop or on the laptop, on the mobile, and you have an easy way to track a market that you're following. So that's what I use it for. It allows me to keep track of all of the instruments that I'm trading. As you can see, I trade a lot of cryptocurrencies. And so this has a very wide range of cryptos, and it's one of my favorite tools in my investing and trading. So if you're looking for something like that, I would highly suggest checking out TradingView, starting with the free version and then moving up into something paid the more you get used to it, because you have a lot more features like multiple alerts, which come in really handy when you're looking for good buying opportunities like we are seeing on Bitcoin. Check that out. Crossing back to you, Queenie. Thanks once again. Catch you guys soon.
Thank you so much for sharing, Jason. TradingView looks like an awesome platform, and I'll definitely be checking it out, especially if I do want to become a crypto trader so I can become a millionaire overnight. I'm just kidding. I think that it is also very important to learn a bit of technical analysis, even if you are a long-term investor and you're not necessarily trading cryptos, because being able to analyze the charts can help you identify really good entry points in your positions, and that's where a tool like TradingView can really come in handy. Now let's throw it over to the ASX investor to give us his favorite investing tool. Over and out.
Thank you so much for having us on the channel today, Queenie. Looking forward to sharing about my favorite investing tool. It's actually one that's a little bit outside of the box. It's not one of the conventional tools, but it's one that's definitely helped me to develop my understanding and to grow as a better investor. So my favorite investing tool is my investing journal. At the end of every day on markets, I spend some time reflecting in my journal. I take note of all of the key numbers that came out of the day, whether it's the different percentage changes in the index, many of the key different factors in the economy, whether it was the price of oil, the price of gold, of course with the movement in digital assets, the price of Bitcoin as well. Think about the economic data prints that might have come out, all of the key company news and how share prices were impacted by this news, and then of course the different macroeconomic factors and how these impacted both markets and the economy. We all understand that markets move in cycles. That old quote says that history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. So I feel like the investing journal gives us that opportunity to reflect on everything that's happened and really aggregate up that information and hopefully inform us to be better investors over time. If you spend time thinking about sometime you had to study for something, maybe you read through a textbook, maybe you read through a big article or a newspaper, if you're just reading through it, of course, you'll grasp those key concepts, you'll be able to take a high-level overview and get an understanding about what was going on. But maybe if you had to recall some of those intricate details, you might actually struggle a little bit. But then if you think about another time where you were really focused and engaged with learning, if you spend time maybe writing out handwritten notes, maybe you were studying for an exam, you know that when you're focused with learning and you're actually really engaged with what you're trying to learn about, you're going to retain much more information and be able to recall it in the future. That's the same way that I think about the investing journal. And of course, it's incremental learning. It's just learning different takeaways and a few key highlights or pieces of information day in and day out. But over a long period of time, that knowledge compounds and hopefully helps to inform you to be a better investor on the markets. Thank you for having us. Much appreciated, and stay well and happy investing.
Thank you so much for sharing, ASX. Keeping a journal is something that I've actually never considered before for individual stocks and businesses, but it definitely makes sense, especially now because news can really affect the fundamentals of a business, and we should be keeping on top of the news of individual stocks that we would like to invest in and also individual stocks that we've already invested in, just to make sure that the fundamentals of the business haven't changed, or if there are any new developments in the business business that could potentially grow the business even more in the future. And last but not least, let's get into my favorite investing tool, which is my stock research checklist, which is available for $19. I'm just kidding, but you can check it out in the link in the description below. But one of my favorite investing tools is Simply Wall Street. Simply Wall Street is one of the tools that I use to analyze different stocks. And I think that they do an amazing job of visualizing a lot of important company information in the one place. You can learn more about these individual stocks by looking at the valuation of the business, future growth potential of the business, past performance of the business, financial health, dividends and dividend history, the management team, the ownership of the business, and also company information. I think it's a really great place to look at different company information all aggregated into the one place. But it is important to keep in mind that valuations might not always be 100% accurate because of course we never really know what could happen in the future, and no investing tool is perfect. But there definitely is something to keep in mind when you are doing your research, to definitely look at other valuation indicators and not just rely on one website for the true value of a company. It's actually free to use Simply Wall Street to research up to 5 different stocks per month, so definitely check it out. And I would love to hear from you guys. Do you guys use these investing tools? What do you think about them? And what are your favorite investing tools? Let me know down in the comments below. So those are our favorite investing tools. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Make sure you subscribe to Justin, Jason, and the ASX Investor YouTube channels. I've got some links in the description below. If you did like this video, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And if you'd like to see some more videos, I've got some links to some videos here, so click on the links and click through to another video.